If t is an even integer, what is 5t minus 4? For this test, it's always a good idea to take a look at the answer choices. In this case, they give you odd, even, positive, prime, and cannot determine from the given information, which means we're not looking for a numerical value, or we're not looking to solve for 5t minus 4. What we're doing is we're trying to see what type of number results when we subtract 4 from 5t, and when t is an even integer. So for these types of questions, the best way to do this is just to plug in t values. Now, t can be whatever number you choose as long as it's an even integer. So pick a number for t. In this case, I'm just going to choose 2. So after I choose my value for t, I'm going to plug that into the original equation, 5t minus 4, and see what I get. So 5 times 2 minus 4 is equal to 10 minus 4, which is 6. Now that I do actually have a numerical value, I'm going to compare that with all my answer choices and cross out any of those choices that don't apply. So 6 is definitely not odd. However, it is even. It is also positive. It's not a prime number. And since I found a value, right. Notice I didn't stop at choice B after I saw that even works. Because when you plug in your own answer, when you plug in your own number for the variable in the question, you have to make sure you check A, B, C, D, and E. Because just like this case, you might get 2 possible answer choices. Now what to do next? Since we got 2 possible answer choices, we can choose another value for t. So again, you can choose whatever t value you want as long as it's an even integer. I'll just plug in 4. 5 times 4 minus 4 is equal to 20 minus 4, which is equal to 16. Since I've narrowed it down to choices B and C, I'm just going to check those. 16 is definitely still even and is definitely positive. Now for these types of questions where you're plugging in a value for t, you also want to approach the plugging in process in an intelligent way, which means if you plug in 2, actually it's probably not a good idea to plug in 4 because they're very similar types of numbers, right? So since we're restricted to t being an even integer, numbers that are probably good to choose is a small even number, maybe a large even number. Since we're dealing with integers, it could also be a negative even value, or also 0 is a good number to choose too, because 0 is a very special type of even integer. If you take a look at the remaining answer choices, we have even or positive. Answer choice C should kind of stick out to you. We've chosen 2 positive integers so far, but we haven't tried a negative integer. So if we choose a negative integer, hopefully we'll be able to eliminate C. Let's see if that works. So if t is equal to 2, 5 times negative 2 minus 4 is equal to negative 10 minus 4, which is equal to negative 14. So again, we still have an even integer, but now it's negative, it's no longer positive. So definitely choosing t equals negative 2 was the right way to go. So like I said, for these types of questions, when you're plugging in your own number, make sure you choose a variety of different numbers. Maybe a small one, a big one, a negative one, or 0. Make sure you're using a good distribution of numbers, or else you might get the same answer over and over again, just like we did here. With 6 and 16, we found that even and positive both worked. If we kept choosing positive integers, 8, 10, 12, we would have been stuck with B and C, and you would have eventually been forced to guess.